Hi guys, today and in the coming weeks, I'll be posting videos of me backtesting the Casper SMC ICT Silver Bullet strategy over the year 2022. If you haven't already watched this video, there will be a link in the description which you should really check out to have a better understanding of the rules in this strategy. I got interested in this strategy because I had been trading with the 2022 mentorship model in the past few months, and I was thinking why not just give this strategy a shot, because it only requires me to be looking at the charts for 1 hour as opposed to about 2 hours and 30 minutes in the other mentorship strategy, and that would really filter down the trades that I'll be looking at, and I could do other things at my own time. I'm doing a video of me backtesting like this because I did have trouble in my early days trying to test my strategies with time, but I'm only limited to the number of candles that my premium plan of TradingView could give me. Now with other softwares around, I may get to that in the future, but because they are paid. But I should just settle with this free one, and for anyone out there who might want some sort of data to look at but don't have access to it, I hope that you might be able to find some use in this. As for this strategy, I would personally say that it attracted my attention because of how simple and rigid it is, and the only thing that was left for me to do is to test the win rate. Because of the RR of around 2, it is a really simple system that could make you profitable if you know when to execute, how to execute, and put in the effort to find a way that would help you filter your trades, and with that help you to sharpen your edge. I would also like to make a disclaimer that the win rate of this strategy may fluctuate more towards the 50 to 60% range as mentioned in his video with the test of time. But the rule of thumb for me is to just test it to see where the win rate would be over 2022 and whether it would be suitable for me to use it. It is also important to note that there are many other factors that could affect one's profitability than just the strategy itself, and I'm just here to backtest it, collect my data, refine my edge, and finally just be grateful for where I'm actually learning this from. So in general, this is a recap of the strategy. We'll be looking for the first FVG on the 5 minutes from 10 AM New York time and only pick the FVG if it is before 11 AM New York time. In a short trade, our stop loss will be slightly above the highest high of the 3 candles that form the FVG. The RR for the trade will be kept to around 2. So here's an example of where of how I'll place my stop loss, and the entry is usually at the start of whenever the candle just simply tap into the lowest point of the FVG in a short trade. That's where I would like to enter and keep my trade to 2RR. This also, whatever I've just said, just flip it for the case of long scenario. Since we are keeping to its rule, this order will be left open until 4 PM New York time. I will be closing any trades that are open if it hasn't hit my stop loss or take profit by the time of 4 PM as well. However, this is part of his strategy, and it is a point that I'm currently considering whether I should just go without if I don't enter any trade by 4 PM. But if it's in any case, I'll just keep the trade open if I've already entered the trade during the silver bullet hour. But all in all, I'm just trying to backtest it to see how best to fit into my daily routine. So some things to clear up first, because I'll be backtesting this on MT4, since it's also one of the main reasons because it's free. There are some compromises that we have to make here, which is the time zone where this software is actually providing me is all in GMT time. So I've done the time conversion here for the month of January in 2022, and these are the relevant times that I've mentioned: 4 PM New York time, 11 AM New York time, and 10 AM New York time. You might just want to take note of this this GMT time as I go through this video. Another thing, which is also one of the main things that you'll be looking at this whole video, will be the trading panel which I'm working with. I shall give you some orientation to it first. So you could see here that I have 3 windows of charts open here. Just ignore this 1 hour one. So I have a 5 minute, 4 hour, and a 1 hour chart open. These are just for me to help me to navigate quicker to the next day of the silver bullet hour. And as for the time, you could take a look here. This will be the time of what the next candle is going to be printed on the 5-minute chart. This is the day, and usually I'll be clicking this or this triangle to speed up the candles being printed. So this is the trading panel. This is where I am having my equity balance. I started off with 10k. This is after the first trade if I'm not wrong. So I would also like to mention that because this backtesting video was recorded in real time without any cuts, I didn't pause the video when I'm doing my screen recording. I may have some technical issues here with navigating the software, and I also tried risk to reward ratio indicator here that I decided to just scrap that as after the first day. I also may have some technical issues, especially when trying to calculate the position size, but because of the wide distance between the stop loss and the entry, I might not have the minimum position size for me to enter the trade. So some of them might be deleted, and I may have to take some time to troubleshoot it through here. There might also be a scenario here if I might not get tagged into the trade, so I'll usually rewind it and try and do it in a market order. But fret not, I try not to do this most of the time when I'm trading, especially when I'm backtesting. So without further ado, let's move on to my trial of backtesting this strategy over the month of January 2020. So we're looking back at one of the trades I made on the 10th of January. In this simulation, I completely missed out this fair value gap and didn't take this trade, which would have followed the rules, but actually ended up as a losing trade. Instead, I only saw this fair value gap and traded it up. So if you're considering the win rate, this day on the 10th of January should have been a loss, and this trade should have never happened, even though this went to take profit. With that, I've come to the end of this backtesting video. I'll be subsequently uploading the subsequent months of 2022 with less of me speaking. And one thing that I realized I didn't clear up was that how I determine the RR, which is to actually make sure that the TP is 2 times that of the SL when I'm placing the lines in the limit orders that I'm placing. So feel free to slow down to look through the footage if you are trying to find your edge and filter out the trades that will help you to improve your win rate. And with that, I hope to see you in the next video.